With the 2025 cycling season coming to an end, no real big companies are releasing anything new. No new components, no new bikes, no new wheels. It seems like everyone kind of had their fun. Colnago released their Y1RS, the Cervelo S5. All the big name stuff is kind of gone and past, and the road season is slowing down as well. So the YouTube space has been kind of quiet. There have been no tech videos or equipment launch videos for me as well, because everything just kind of seems to be floating along. But for 2026, I believe there are going to be some big news coming, some big predictions I have, and also we'll call it educated guesses. This is what I'm hearing internally from other bike shops, other people in the industry, and then even some of my inside sources at different continents. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. First, we'll go over the components. Then we'll go over to bike companies, okay? So hopefully you guys enjoy. So this one might come to a shock to some people. It might not come to a shock to other people as well. But Shimano 12-speed group sets have been out now for almost 3 to 4 years. And it's been a pretty dominant group set. But with the launch of Sram having their 13-speed gravel group sets, with the launch of the Sram's Force E1 and Rival E1. And then you even have Campy launching their road group sets, which are a wireless 13-speed group set as well. Shimano is quietly slowing down, it seems. It seems like definitely there's more market space in the SRAM area because of how versatile they are and how much combinations you can do. Same for Campy. Campy is definitely, it's not really taking a whack at Shimano still because Shimano's so dominant. People still will always choose Shimano, and you can get Shimano for crazy deals as well right now. All over the world except for America. But you can get Shimano Duries for like stupid value. But every single thing seems to be going 13 speed. So there have already been articles, and I've done videos on this as well. But what I think in the next year, this is my prediction, in the early side, maybe springtime for Shimano, I believe they'll be launching a new Shimano full wireless road 13-speed group set. And I think they'll bring it down the line. I don't know if they'll bring it to 105 because I think they do need to have tiers. And I think there does need to be a reason for people to spend the money from going to 105 to Ultegra to Dura-Ace. So, Shimano Dura-Ace. Their 12-speed stuff, like I said, has been so dominant, but I don't know what else we can do to it. Obviously, they're going to add the one more extra gear. They're going to create a nice wide variety of gear ranges, but I think another big splurge or stride for them is to go into the one-by game. Whenever you're considering a one-by group set, it seems like SRAM has taken that dominant force, and you're even seeing it being utilized in the Pro Peloton by teams like Lidl Trek, rocking the Trek Madone with their XPLR 13-speed cassette in the back, and Mads Peterson rocking a 54-tooth one-by chainring in the front. I think these component companies are definitely going to utilize the one-by more often because of how efficient it is. And if you have 13 speeds in the back, you can definitely get away with rocking the efficient chainring size for the front and a 13-speed cassette in the rear when knowing what terrain you're riding on. And these pros will have no problem, obviously, getting the chainring out. Now, for consumers, you're only living one spot, so you can definitely get away with it. Like for me, for instance, we're super flat. I'm rocking a 1x13-speed group set for no reason at all, but I have way more than enough gear sets on there. So you might even see pros utilize this in the future because I think this is the way for it. You're removing the front derailleur. You're running a 1x in the front, which will give you a more efficiency for better chain line. And then you don't have to worry about one more component failing in the front derailleur aspect of it. So I think for sure we will see that a 13-speed group set for that. I think 105 will stay 12-speed. I don't know if they'll bring that technology over. Like I said, they might give the 12-speed tech from the Dura-Ace down to the 105, make their front derailleurs nice. Maybe give the bonus buttons on the top there. But I think they're going to change up the ergonomics for the front shifter hoods as well. Give them some bonus buttons because that seems to be the move. Campy has bonus buttons. SRAM has bonus buttons on there. They're being utilized much more than Shimano's on top. And yeah, and also hopefully a carbon fiber crank as well by Shimano. It'll be so easy for them to break news by going to a carbon fiber crank. They can keep their 24mm spindle. A lot of people like that. But carbon fiber crank as well, okay? And you can already see there are patents in line to go ahead. It says right here, new Shimano patent details 13-speed wireless drivetrain for the road. They already have full wireless going for their gravel and also their mountain bike stuff. So it shouldn't be hard to take that same technology and put into here. The hardest thing will be obviously that rear derailleur for the GRX and XT are massive. So they need to go ahead and definitely dwindle it down because they still want to be very lightweight as well. So that's my prediction for Shimano. Now, for the other group set, Mr. Sram, a lot of you guys might think I'm crazy, but I think this is going to be big. Let's go on over to Sram Red. So, with the launch of this year of the Sram Force E1 and Sram Rival E1, Sram Red launched their Sram Red E1 series maybe beginning of the year or maybe last year, I believe. And it's great. They made nice upgrades to the 12-speed group set. They made the shifter hoods way more ergonomic. They made the braking a lot more efficient. They included the bonus buttons, which I feel to be a really nice feature to the actual bike. I find myself using the bonus buttons on the top of the shifter hoods way more than actually using the shifter blades themselves. They made it lighter. They made the rear derailleur a little bit lighter. They made the whole grip set more efficient. But with the launch of the Force E1, it is so similar to the SRAM Red E1. Really, the only reason why you're paying for that red is just for the name. There is no difference. There is no reason why you need to go to the SRAM Red unless you just want that 100 grams difference of weight between the two of them. So I think that these companies are going to make a difference. I think the Force E1 and the Rival E1 will stay the same. But my prediction for next year is that you will probably see, maybe sometime around summer or maybe fall, but I'm guessing summer. But this is just my prediction again. This is all me. I was not told this information. This is me guessing. I believe that SRAM will utilize their UDH hanger because you see every single road bicycle coming out now with their own universal derailleur hanger, and there's a reason why SRAM Red made the universal derailleur hanger, because they want to go ahead and put their drivetrain as efficient as possible. So you'll see direct mount SRAM Red rear derailleurs with a 13-speed road group set on there. And they'll be utilizing 1x drivetrains way more. And yeah, I think they really want to go ahead and push that technology. It can be way more efficient. They don't have to worry about people traveling about derailleur braking. But the biggest thing, obviously, is to go ahead and figuring out how to make that derailleur as efficient as possible and lightweight as possible, because those UDH hangers are kind of robust. Or, I'm sorry, those UDH XPLR gravel group set right now is kind of robust. But you make a very small direct mount SRAM Red rear derailleur on there. You can even keep these shifter hoods because literally these SRAM Red shifters are the exact same as the 12-speed or 13-speed group sets. They just keep on going. So you could still utilize those, but I think that if they do launch a 13-speed red rear derailleur, I think that they're going to maybe make some upgrades to the shifter, or they can keep it the same, because there's a problem. Obviously, they could piss off some consumers by all buying the new red. So they might just release this upgrade kit to the drivetrain, like a rear derailleur, chain, cassette, and maybe front derailleur and crank, and keep those shifters there as well. But I definitely think that's an upgrade I think is going to happen, because like I said, there's very little difference to Force and Red besides just the weight on there. So there needs to be tiers. There needs to be a reason to have that upgrade on there. So I think they're going to really push for that. It probably will be more money, but that's my prediction for that. So hopefully you guys like my component prediction. Let's move over to the bicycle side of things. All right, this video could go on and on about what I predict for these road bikes coming up because there's so many brands out there. I'm only going to focus on a couple big names out there, okay? Starting off with the brand I know and love the most, Specialized. The Tarmac SLA has been on the chopping, or been in the rotation now for about 3 years. It's a third-year bicycle for sure. There's always the rumors. There's always the thing out there saying that bicycle lifespans usually have about a 3-year lifespan before companies start to go ahead and upgrade it. We've seen it time and time again. Some bikes push that boundaries by going 4 or 5 years, but I think Specialized is going to come out swinging next year during their 2026 lineup, or 2026 model year, 2027 model year for next summer. Because of the fact that everything is so dedicated to aero, we're seeing pros utilize aero road bikes and climbing stages. We're seeing the Y1RS and S5 dominate. We're seeing more and more companies go to a full aero bicycle, and everything is now all about aero because you're able to achieve the 6.8 kilograms with these aero bikes. I think that you're going to see, I know everyone wants Avenge, but I think it will still maintain and still stay a tarmac. But I could be wrong. They could make it Avenge there as well. But I think the bicycle is going to be heavily focused on aero because they now made the brand new Specialized Ethos with internal cables. They made it look a little bit more like this crazy lightweight do-it-all bicycle. I think that the riders for the pro Peloton teams can utilize the Ethos in those climbing stages if they want to. But I think you're going to see a crazy lightweight aero road bike from Specialized that will compete against those S5s and those Y1RSs. And I think they'll utilize those new sprint wheels because when Specialized launched these brand new wheels that they launched this year, Reval CLX3s and the Reval Rapide CLX Sprints, it didn't really make sense to me. It was like, why are you releasing two wheels when you have a do-it-all road bike that says do-it-all is the best way to go? I think that those sprint wheels are foreshadowing what's to come in the future, and I think it's going to be paired very well on their aero bike. Now, what I don't know and what I'm not sure of is if it's going to be called an SL9 or the Venge. I don't think that they would just take their tarmac and make it Avenge, but who knows? They could keep the tarmac SL9 and they could relaunch the Venge. This is all speculation, but these are my educated guesses. If I had to think, I think they're going to keep the tarmac name, keep the Venge dead, but just make the tarmac way more aero and really focus on that. I also think the Roubaix will get an upgrade very soon, probably next year as well. And also for gravel bikes, I think the Crux will be getting an update sometime next year. My reason for this, sorry, my son came in for scissors. I also think that we're going to see an update to the Crux because of the fact that the Ethos got this update to it. They brought the cables internal. I think you're going to see an update to this Crux because when the Crux got an update, they really only just made this UDH hanger on there. They said that they did other things to it as well, but really they just made it UDH compatible. So there really hasn't been an upgrade to this bicycle yet. What I would like to see is them to make an aero gravel bike because everything is being transformed into aero in the roadside and gravel side, but I don't think we'll see it as much. I mean, you could literally make a tarmac S-Late with internal cables with gravel tires on it. I think people will go nuts about it. But I think that you're going to see integrated cables. I think you're going to see even wider tire clearance. And hopefully they make some of these tubes more aero as well because lightweight is, if you're held to 6.8 in standards, I don't know. But I really do think that this Crux is going to see an update next year. In that summertime as well. If not summer, then maybe fall. But again, these are all just allegations and speculation, I think. Next company. Cannondale, the Super 6 EVO. This bike, when it launched, the revision of this bicycle, phenomenal. Turned heads, did a really good job. Okay. Dude, get out of here with the damn emails. Okay, hold on. This bike has also been out for now about, I want to say, 3 or 4 years. And when it first launched, a lot of positive feedback. They changed the integrated cables on there. They changed the carbon fiber to Lab 71. They have different carbon levels as well. They put this bicycle at an affordable price point. I think you can get like an Ultegra version for like $5,500, which is really, really good for an American company. So they came out swinging, and they came out swinging hard. It performs well. It's lightweight. It's snappy. It's efficient. Everything like that. Now, the Super 6 has been dead for a long time. Their aero road bike. And everyone loved the Super 6. They always said it was one of the most fastest aerodynamic road bikes out there that tested really well in the wind tunnel. In my personal opinion, I think the Super 6 is still going to stay dead for the meantime. I would love to see one revitalize. But I think this bike is going to get a refresh sometime around summertime next year because of the fact of how long it's been. Same thing with the Specialized. It's a 3rd, 4th year's bicycle. Did really well, but it needs some revisions to it. Now this do-it-all kind of fad and do-it-all kind of bicycle is definitely hitting its run, but people want aero. They want to utilize this more. So maybe Cannondale might merge together those two bikes, Super 6 and System 6, or still call it a Super 6 and just make it much more aero and much more efficient while keeping it still very lightweight and capable of doing a bunch of things as well. But yes, this bicycle, I'm very excited to see what it brings for next year. That way I can do more videos on them. But I am super ecstatic because of the fact that I think that it's going to bring a lot of companies swing for the fences a little bit higher and push the boundaries a little bit more. Let's go to one more company and then we're good. Last but not least, another big name flagship company out there, the Trek. The Trek Madone. Trek actually got rid of their Amanda a couple years ago because of the fact that they were downsizing SKUs, and they're basically saying that they want to go ahead and minimize SKUs to go ahead and cut costs, and they basically rolled over the Madone and Amanda into one bike, and this is the Gen 8 Madone. It got a lot of, not negative feedback at first, but a lot of people didn't like it. They didn't like that they took away the aerodynamic road bike from the Madone series. A lot of people speculated that this bike was supposed to be the Amanda, but basically because of the fact that they ran into issues maybe financially, that they just got rid of the SKUs and launched this bike saying that this is going to be the do-it-all aero bike. But they really didn't put any effort into the front end of this bike at all, which makes people speculate that that was the reason why this was supposed to be the Amanda, because why wouldn't they just take the Madone front end if they really wanted to paint that and leave that in the front and make it skinny in the back? It reminds me a lot of the Tarmac SL8, how this bike is set up. But the Gen 7 Madone was a perfect, beautiful bike. Sold a lot here in South Florida. A lot of people loved the way how it felt. They said it felt really stiff. This bike is UDH ready, but I think that because of all the success of the aero bikes in the main tour scene, and pros are liking it, and people and consumers want it, these aggressive aero-looking bikes sell and people want it. I think in the future, I don't know if it'll be next year, maybe by the end of next year, but I could also see Trek going back and mixing around and making a more do-it-all, but really focus on the aero side of things. Stupid big tubes, but also keep it lightweight and still focus on the Madone. I don't think they're going to revitalize the Amanda because I don't think companies are utilizing those bikes unless UCI brings down the weight limits from 6.8 to something different. You don't really need a dedicated climbing bike anymore. You can make an aero bike by how lightweight and how these engineers are making these carbon fibers to make them super lightweight, and how the wheels are getting lighter weight as well. I think you'll see an upgrade in the ELS Triple X wheels as well. You'll probably see them a little bit lighter, maybe wider internals, but I definitely think that you'll see this bike in the future become a lot more aero. So we'll see that. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about my predictions. Do you guys think that I'm far off? Do you guys think I'm an idiot? This is just kind of me, again, making predictions and educated guesses for the future of next year. And if you do think I'm right, are you excited? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.